So the story is, the car was put into a garage a couple of years ago with a running issue. The initial garage couldn't find the fault with the car, so it was passed to another garage who also couldn't find the fault. As you can see, there's sort of parts of old engines and stuff in the back, so I'm half expecting the oil to be on the seats, because one of the garages literally just threw all the stuff in the back before it was getting taken away. And as you can see, the mould, this is the back of the car, is definitely the worst, and I've got a feeling that it's the driver's rear window that's been left down, because you'll see why in a minute. Probably the worst one I've seen for 5 years in regards to mould. I think the S-Max one was probably the only one that's worse. I think this has probably been the window that's been left down, this driver's side rear, because just look at the mould on this seat, that is. So we're going to have to get the seats out, we'll need to get the steam cleaner out, we'll need to get the wet vac out, we'll probably need to get the compressed air out and stuff like that to try and blow all the stuff out of the edges. We're going to need to get all the tools onto this one, and we'll definitely need to use the ozone machine on it because it absolutely stinks. Right guys and girls, before we go any further, I just want to say a massive thank you to our latest video sponsor, and that is Surfshark. Now if you haven't heard of Surfshark before, they are a VPN service, that is a virtual private network, alright? Now a virtual private network basically keeps you safe whilst you are surfing the internet, and in particular where that is handy is when you connect into sort of these free Wi-Fi hotspots that you get. We've all been there, haven't we? We're in an airport lounge, or we're in a shopping centre or a shopping mall or something like that, or it might be the pub, right? The data connection on your phone or your laptop's maybe not that great there, or maybe you're running low on data, so you see it, don't you, on the wall, boom, free Wi-Fi and then a code. So you put the code into your device, and before you know it, bang, you are surfing the web for free. It's fantastic, isn't it? Except when it isn't. You see, the problem with free access Wi-Fi is in these kind of public hotspots is that anybody else that's connected to them, it's relatively easy for them to get on and access your phone. These Wi-Fi, these sort of public access Wi-Fis, they don't have the best protection, right? So people, they can connect into them, and then they can connect into your device, and they can see what you're doing. They can see your text messages. These nasty people, they're looking for your bank details on your phone. It's incredible what people can actually do if they want to do it. And there is a lot of people out there that are actively searching for ways to scam people. Scamming is massive now, so you really need to protect yourself. Now what Surfshark does is it puts basically a cloak of invisibility around you and your sort of online footprint. It basically means that anybody, whilst you're connected to these free Wi-Fis, right, they can't see you. It's like you aren't there, so you're getting all the benefits of that free Wi-Fi but with none of the risks. It is fantastic. Now another good thing about Surfshark is that if you've got Netflix or Disney Plus or something like that, these streaming services, they are very much region specific. So Netflix in the UK has got different programs and films for Netflix in the US or Netflix in Australia, right? So you can actually go onto your Surfshark, tell Surfshark that you want to be seen as being in America, right? Netflix now thinks that you are surfing the web in America, and the next time you log into Netflix, you've got American Netflix and you've got all the films for American Netflix. And it's great. It's like having loads of extra streaming services for free. It's great. And even better than that, at the moment, Surfshark, if you click the link below and use AutoShine, 83% off, I think, at the moment they're offering if you use the link. You're also getting an extra 4 months free, which is fantastic. And on top of that, if you sign up, within the first month you decide you don't like it, you can pull out. Doesn't cost you a penny, so you can basically try before you buy. But trust me, once you get it, you're keeping it. It is incredible, and it's very, very, very cheap as well. Check it out, Surfshark. Protect yourself and open up a whole new world of streaming services. It's really good. Let's get on with the clean. Thanks very much, Surfshark.
shotgun. The feeling we chase, I'm wide awake. Take me away now. 'Cause I won't go down the same old path again now. No, I've been running out of air, so let me catch my breath. Feeling I've got's making me crazy. If I'm having a good time, don't you blame me. Yeah, this feeling I've got's making me crazy, making me crazy. So I'm just gonna drive, drive, drive. I'm just gonna drive, drive, drive. I'm just gonna drive, drive. It's ours now. The road never ends. It's me and my friends. These are the good times. And I'm feeling like I could go on forever. And I've been running out of air, so let me catch my breath. The feeling I've got's making me crazy.
Right guys and girls, so the first thing I want to do in here before I tackle the plastics and things is I want to get this carpet cleaner at least, because it's full of mould and I'm going to be sort of climbing over it to get in and out, and I don't want to be doing that because mould's, it's no good for you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover it in some detergent, and then I'm going to use this, and it's just a pulse tool. It's a bit like the old tornadors that you used to get. Some of you will have seen me using this before, but basically what it does is it uses compressed air and this little thing here sort of wobbles around randomly, and it beats the carpet. Basically the air beats against it and loosens all the crap. So I'm going to cover it in detergent, as I said, put my mask on because I don't want to be breathing that in, and I'm going to use this to sort of loosen it up really. Now there is two sides to this. Some people will say that by using this, I am in fact actually pushing the dirt further into the carpet. Now I suppose there is some of that, however the carpet's only a couple of millimetres deep, and then it's plastic, that's where it's glued onto, so you're not actually pushing it right through. The carpets are plastic backed, so you can't push the dirt all the way through onto the floor, that's just nonsense. However, in order to get these clean, you really need to use something like this. It's either that or you take the full carpet out and jet wash it outside, and it's just not viable on this job really, especially when I'm sort of time limited really, because I'm doing the job for free essentially. Anyway, let's just get it cleaned and let's crack on. Right guys and girls, whilst we've got the steam cleaner out, I just thought I'd talk about something that I keep seeing advertised at the moment, and that's other valeters advertising COVID steam cleans. Now basically the idea is that they steam clean the inside of your car to get rid of any traces of COVID bacteria, right? Sounds great, doesn't it? But they're actually not doing anything that you couldn't do yourself with some antibacterial spray at home. All they're going to do is they'll steam clean your door handles and stuff like that, and it'll look great, right? But the steam itself isn't going to get rid of the COVID. That's the antibacterial cleaner that they're using that's doing that. In fact, the steam itself, in order for the steam to kill bacteria, right, it needs to be boiling, right? And in order for the steam to actually be at boiling point, you need to be right there, right? And in fact, by the time that the steam has travelled from the machine, I mean, this is a 2 metre cord this one's got. By the time the steam has travelled from the machine up through this hose, it's actually cooled down a fair bit, right? So in order for you to actually do anything that would kill bacteria, you need to be right in. And the downside to that is it's going to mark plastic. If you're going to put something that hot near plastic, right, it's going to damage the plastic, right? That's metal there. You can go press that right against that and it won't do anything, right? But you do that on plastic and I guarantee you it will mark it. Now what steam is great for is, and the reason I use it is it comes out at one, it's hot, right? So it's great for dissolving sticky stuff, syrup, coffee spills, stuff like that. Things that you tend to get in door edges and cup holders and stuff like that. But it's also great round about edges because it comes out at pressure, it blows all the crap away from the edge, right? And it dissolves all this sort of sticky stuff, right? It's not going to kill bacteria at that distance, right? You need to be, that nozzle needs to be practically touching it to do that. So basically anybody advertising a COVID steam clean, they're talking rubbish. In fact, I could put that pretty much. Alright. It's not even cleaning my hand, it's not going to kill COVID. Right, it's too cool. But it is a fantastic tool to have in your arsenal for valeting, definitely. Just no, it's not going to kill COVID. absolutely soaked. Well guys and girls, we normally do this last little bit in the unit, but we've had to bail home tonight because Storm Arwen's rolling in. It's chucking it down out there, so it is. There's thunder and lightning, there's trees coming down on the street. We live on an avenue, so it's tree lined, and there's about 3 trees down, so we're just hoping that none of them land on our car. But apart from that, I hope you enjoyed the video. The car has actually came up better than I thought, this one, and I'm pretty sure the customer will be happy with it. I've never actually met the old man that owns it. It was just the garage that's finally managed to do the works, brought it into me, so they'll take it back and give it back to the customer, so I hope he is happy with it. But what I'm going to do is, it's a Friday today, so I'm going to leave it over the weekend with the heaters are on at the unit, just to get it dry, because it's pretty, as you can imagine, it's pretty wet. We went over it and over it and over it with a wet vac to get as much water out the seats and the carpets as we could. In fairness, it's damp now rather than wet. So by the time we go in Monday, Tuesday, hopefully back in Monday, weather permitting, it should be pretty much dry, I would imagine. So I'm pretty happy with that. Anyway, the only thing that's left to do now is ask a little question, really. In And the question is, somebody asked me last week actually, a customer that came in, and it was if I could go back to any decade where there's motors, with any motoring decade I could, which decade would I go to? And I'd probably say, I'd say the 80s. I'd go back to the 80s because you've got like the Audi Quattro and the Lancia Delta and the first the BMW M3s, the early ones, and that was my kind of, I grew up looking at those, the Sierra Cosworths and things. When I was a kid, those were the things that were going through the rally stages and stuff, and they were amazing to watch. The man that was asking me the question, actually, he was he had no doubt about it, he would go back to the 60s in America, and with the big sort of, the muscle cars, that's what he was into. So if you could go back to a decade, a motoring decade, which decade would you go back to? If you could only pick one sort of era of vehicles, which era would it be? And that is my question. So I hope you enjoyed that video, guys and girls. I might have another video out before Christmas, I hope I will. If not, have a really good Christmas and a happy new year. And if you don't mind, go and check out the Surfshark website as well. Click on the link and go through and just have a look and see if it suits you. I think you might like it actually. Click on it, have a look. If it doesn't suit you, you don't have to do anything, but definitely, I mean, it's free for the first month if you want to. So check it out. I'll catch you next video, guys and girls. I'll see you later. Bye.